Okay, back in the room. I hope. To just check that you can hear us. Okay. Low volume. Studio guest was loud. Yeah. There's a reset of the stream at 8 o'clock. I can deal with those issues when that time comes. For the moment, I'm hoping this is okay. Brilliant.
Thumbs up
That's
from
what I
Jackie. Thanks,
need.
Jackie.
That's fine. That's
Lisa,
fine.
thank you.
We've
Thank
got
you.
Justin now, and we've got Anthony Moore, which I'm looking forward to in a moment.
And got a cup of tea coming as well.
And we've got
Thank
a cup of teas
you.
coming
So
and
much,
stuff.
Lynette, thank you.
Audio's fine.
Lovely, great, and audio's
Thank
good.
you. Bless you. Bless you.
Excellent, thank you so much.
And then we'll be resetting the stream, which will be a chance for me to reset everything, and hopefully we get audio back to normal.
And
All right,
as well.
thank you.
Yeah, I'll have one after. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you.
So, Justin, my man.
Good afternoon. Hi.
So, what a journey you've been on with Walk and Talk for Men.
Yeah, last 2 years has been amazing. Actually, it's pretty much. I was thinking about this before coming in today. It was 2 years this month after Liveathon that I was actually putting it together. I don't know if I even talked about it in that Liveathon. I might have said I had this idea, and I know I told my story 2 years ago, about my own mental health situation, and then launched it. So the group will be 2 years old in March.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing, and just the way that it's organically grown, and the community we have around it is incredible. I know that community is really important to you, Alex, and to you, Luke. And what I love most about it, being completely selfish, is that I'm probably doing less in it now than people like Steve Whitney, John Eaton, Mike Hodge, Bill Mitchell. They're driving it on, like, I was going to say weekly, daily basis. You're in the WhatsApp.
But that's
group. The WhatsApp
where-
group's constantly.
I mean, but that's
ticking
where
away. It's
that's what makes a good community. That's what makes a good community. If it's not a community, if it relies on you, it's an audience and not a community.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
And it's been amazing to watch it grow. This is quite funny because I joined originally because Justin and I just always support each other, whatever we do for years.
Yeah.
It's like, Alex, I'm doing a thing. Yeah, no worries, I'll be there. And vice versa. We've always just done that, and it's and that's why we're great friends. But then I haven't left. And I thought, well, I'll go along. It'll be interesting. Why not? But what I've learned from the individuals and the relationships I've built with everyone, both directly in those moments when I've been walking around, getting to know people like Bill and just some wonderful people. I don't want to list names because there's so many people that I've met through it.
I was going to say there's so many amazing people. Yeah.
But it's just like the little moments. It's the little moments. There's a wonderful picture that I've got and I won't forget. It's Sam Kumar.
Oh yeah.
Because he was stalking me, trying to get work experience. Mr. Pitch, trying to get work experience, and he knew I'd be at Walk and Talk for Men.
Legend.
Yeah, so he came to Walk and Talk for Men, and then I went for a stroll with him. And there's a lovely picture with me and him chatting at the front, and then the whole crew of the Walk and Talk Men behind it.
Yeah.
And it kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
You're creating a platform for those sort of moments to happen, and a safe space. What Rachel was talking about, creating safe spaces and things like that.
Yeah, so important, isn't it? It's so important. I mean, it's interesting because I look back at starting it and was just hopeful that we'd create a monthly walk that men could come to and get some support, start to build some friendships, which of course has happened. But from there, it's just, I think, something again that Nicola said earlier about that consistent, enduring support.
I know. That worked. That really got it, didn't it?
It did, really nailed it, because that's what, and I know, Luke, you've done exactly the same. You're kind of role models for us as well, because it is about that regularity, just that ongoing, consistent support, whether it's through the walks, whether it's through the WhatsApp groups. Yeah. We have people who will support each other outside of just the walks.
Yeah, I've seen it.
They're messaging each other, they're checking in. If somebody puts a note into the group and they need a bit of help, they'll get a series of private messages from people just saying, look, anytime you need to meet up, have a conversation, have a walk. It's become such an incredible group. I'm so proud of.
And I'll tell you what, you should be as well. And I'll tell you why as well. You mentioned about them people getting together like a one-on-one, having a chat. when we get older, sometimes we all go, we go our separate ways from our friendship groups.
Yeah, we do.
So you look for new friends.
Yeah.
And from having a, the walk and talk for men like you do there, friendships are formed with a common goal, and that's to improve mental health, and that's a massively powerful connection, and that's what you've done the last 2 years. It's absolutely incredible. Like I said on the WhatsApp group, you go, meet up Saturday, yeah.
So that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
But that's the simplicity of endurance. That's the simplicity of community. That's the simplicity of so much of what we need at a human level.
Yeah.
All that growth, all of our growth as individuals comes from the most simplistic things. It's quite boring actually in terms of there's no real there's not a huge amount of complexity around it for most of us. It's that consistency, it's endurance, it's relationships, it's just being there.
You know, the other thing that I think it gives people who join us is the sense that they're also contributing, and that sense of contribution is so important. I think it's not until you get a bit older that you realise that actually doing something that is more meaningful than just making a living or just working or just building a business or whatever it is. And I'm not saying that's not meaningful, but when you kind of switch gears and start to think, actually, how could I make a difference to myself and
legacy
to people?
mode.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Mode.
Without thinking that far ahead, but thinking actually in the moment, could we do something that's worthwhile and meaningful and helps out in the local community? Yeah. And that was my initial intention, and it really does seem that we're doing that. But the sense of reward that you get from doing it as well, being part of it, is not something that I realised would be so, powerful.
But my favourite moment so far, bus trip.
Loved it. I was going to mention that.
Oh, Paul Baker.
Yeah.
Paul Baker is an absolute superstar.
Yeah, mate.
I took that video of you guys turning up. Absolutely.
Honestly, bus trip, wasn't it great?
Yeah, one of our walkers,
nice little moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, Paul Baker had access to an original Route Master double-decker bus from London, and we put on an evening last July time.
Yeah,
it was, wasn't it? Over at Broome, wasn't it?
So we picked everyone, did a number of pickups in Sydney. It's Alex and I got one at Little Paxton, and then we drove out to Broome in Bedfordshire, just the other side of Biggleswade. Had a walk for about an hour, and then stopped at the pub. Had a few drinks. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Had a few drinks and some sandwiches and stuff, and then just come. And you know what? People talk about every time we have a walk. People talk about that.
It was just a great night. It's just a moment. It's a moment.
Yeah. But I also want to emphasise to both you and Steve that you've actually changed my life as well. And the reason why I say that is I met Steve on the first Walk and Talk for Men.
Yes,
really?
I remember you coming. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
So me and Steve paired up and got chatting. Obviously,
Blimey, that was a dangerous combo, wasn't it? Wow, amazing.
So, also you as well, if you think about it, because one of the challenges was the NAM challenge.
Yeah.
So Justin and I paired up.
From our challenge, from the Shifties challenge.
From the NAM challenge.
So
wow.
It was actually.
You told me about what your plans were, and then when I mentioned about becoming a CIC, you said I would like to come on board for Men to Talk. So then when I met Steve a few weeks later, then he come back on our board. So and for me, when I know we should have more of our meetings for Men to Talk, but the validation that both you and Steve especially give to me makes my job so much easier and makes me proud of what we both are achieving.
Yeah. Thanks, Luke.
That's a man. I didn't realise that good loop existed.
You should always remember where the seeds were planted. Shouldn't you? You should always remember where the seeds are planted. And there was a seed planted with Alex between us.
So we talked about that last night. Because I found out about Shifties through going to a business buzz meeting in Biggleswade. Lee Smith Magician.
Was it really?
Yeah, old Smith.
And Ryan.
Oh, he's brilliantly.
Yeah, man. Wow. He's such a geezer, isn't he? He's got himself wedding venue nowadays, hasn't he?
I've seen that.
Yeah, he's living out the way.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Well, look, I'm proud of you, man. As a friend, I'm really proud of you. But the community should be like extremely just like I feel lucky as a community member. I feel lucky that I know you say you didn't do this, but it takes a lot. Oh, yeah. It takes a lot to do what you did originally. And then for Steve and Bill and everyone who's contributed, I don't want to say it's difficult to name names because there's so many people that have contributed.
There are so many.
But everyone, it's amazing and it's an asset, I can't understate it. It's an asset to the community of St. It's like nothing short.
I agree. And coming from somebody who only hosts a meeting in St. Neots, and because I live in Potton, meeting guys like you two, Steve Grinnell earlier on, we're seeing community champions of St. Neots right now are doing so much work out there, and this is why it's important to put events on this to keep highlighting that for the people of St Ian's.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah,
just
great.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
man.
just a shout out to a couple of people who have set up Walk and Talk for Women.
Yeah, I know,
So
right?
saw
That's
that.
popping, isn't it?
Absolutely incredible.
It's amazing.
That's popping off. Yeah, Steve was here yesterday. Tell me all about that.
Oh, just amazing. Kate and Dawny and Yvonne,
Yeah.
3 ladies who are kind of leading the group that is, the
Yeah,
female
we'll have to
version.
get him on
Have
next
they-
year.
Well,
Absolutely.
do you know? I don't know if you know, but they've held 2 walks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second walk was yesterday.
Yeah.
They had 30 women.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
30. I
Have
mean,
they
that's
sorted
just
out their
amazing.
social media at the moment as well? Because if they have they? Because have they
Oh,
social media
they're
channel?
so they're putting. I think they've got a Walk and Talk for Women Facebook page that they're building at the
They're building at
moment.
the moment. So if you are listening, if you do need help, just give me a shout.
Oh,
I'll
thanks,
get
Luke.
that. So,
Thank you.
Stuart's just in time. Look, I'm back. Walk and Talk for Men.
Ah.
Also, it's
Hey,
one other
Stuart.
groups to form. There you go. Hey, Justin.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
love Stuart.
Yeah,
He's
man.
brilliant.
Good lad.
Yeah, no, well done, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
thank
gonna
you.
say.
Thank you.
And we've got Whitney back on later anyway.
Yes,
I'm not
yeah.
sure what time he's on.
Partner in crime.
I'll get ready to get whipped then.
And we've got our walk-in. We've got. Do you want to just put a mention in for the walk-in challenge we've got on this
Yes.
week, which I silly said yes to.
Yeah, so Land's End to John O'Groats, virtually 2 teams of 10.
Yeah.
We're all doing it. So we're walking 41 miles, I
It's
think.
837 miles total, isn't it?
Yeah, and the
I
combined
don't do
efforts
public
of the
maths,
group.
so I won't divide that.
No, I won't either. It's 41 miles
Yeah.
each during the week. So everyone's trying to do 6 miles a day, I think. And then
Yeah.
on Sunday, with our next official walk, the idea is that we'll finish the walk, having finished the John O'Groats to Land's End challenge.
Have
at
you
the
seen
end of Sunday.
have you seen the CPSL Mine Challenge for September?
They
launched earlier.
Yeah, 23rd of September.
50 kilometre walk.
Okay.
One day.
It's about 37 miles.
In a day. Okay.
23rd of September.
23rd.
CPSL Mines.
Okay. We'll have a look.
Planting
we'll
the
have to have a look
seeds.
at
We're
it.
planting
We'll
the
have a look
seeds.
at
We're
it.
planting the seeds, man.
We need to talk to Steve and John about that then, because
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
they're our walk challenge coordinators.
They
They do a
Yeah.
great job of it. Yeah. Thank
Brilliant.
you for having me on,
Yeah,
guys.
brilliant.
Thank
No,
Just
great. Well, look, I'm
absolutely
going to go and grab our next guest.
Yeah.
you. Yeah.